Stone Cold Steve Austin drives into a fan at WrestleMania 41. Mania 41's Big Misses stir controversy. Becky Lynch's daughter Roux hijacks WrestleMania press conference. Becky Lynch speaks on Seth Rollins' heel turn with Paul Heyman. The roast of WrestleMania was pure chaos, and you'll probably never see it. Bayley deserved better. The WWE left out their champion from WrestleMania. Randy Orton turns heel. Dominik Mysterio's title win at WrestleMania questionable. Let's dive right in. Mania 41's Big Misses stir controversy. WrestleMania 41, held April 19th to 20th, 2025, in Las Vegas, was a roller coaster that split fans down the middle. With 14 matches, 6 title changes, Seth Rollins' shocking heel turn, and a surprise appearance by TNA's Joe Hendry, the show made history at Allegiant Stadium. But for all the highs, plenty went off the rails, from missing stars to unexpected injuries. The final product didn't quite match what fans or Triple H likely pictured, though WWE rolled with the punches. Here are 4 things that went wrong at the show of shows. Number 1. Injuries sparked last-minute chaos. Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio were set to face Randy Orton and El Grande Americano, but injuries threw a wrench in the plans. Owens, sidelined by a neck issue 3 weeks out, and Mysterio, hurt just before night 1, forced WWE to pivot fast. Joe Hendry and Ray Fenix stepped in, delivering solid performances against Orton and Americano. Both replacements brought their A-game, but the sudden switches left everyone wondering what the original matches could have been. Here's hoping Owens and Mysterio bounce back for 2026. Number 2. Botches marred the action. WrestleMania 41 had its share of jaw-dropping moves, like El Grande Americano's backward 450 splash and LA Knight's mid-air BFT. But a few moments missed the mark. The biggest flub came in Tiffany Stratton's gritty fight with Charlotte Flair, where Stratton chipped a tooth and took a nasty welt to the forehead. Other slip-ups popped up across the card, though none tanked a match. These mishaps showed the superstars' grit, powering through to keep the show rolling. Number 3. Booking choices split the crowd. WrestleMania 41 had all the glitz of the annual spectacle, but some creative calls didn't land with everyone. Becky Lynch's return was a thrill, but Bayley's injury angle to write her off the tag title match upset many who felt she deserved her spot. Jey Uso's World Heavyweight title win over Gunther got a huge cheer, yet the YouTube clip racked up thousands of dislikes, showing mixed feelings. These decisions stirred debate, but the next issue drew the loudest groans. Number 4. The Rock's no-show stung. The Rock was a key player in John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber 2025, where Cena sold his soul to the final boss after Cody Rhodes turned him down. Fans expected the Brahma Bull to show up on the road to WrestleMania and at least play a part in the Night 2 main event between Cena and Rhodes. Instead, Travis Scott stepped in to help Cena win the undisputed WWE Championship, leaving a bitter taste. The Rock's absence sparked frustration, with many questioning his dedication as a TKO board member. His presence could have lit up the main event even more. The WWE Universe is still reeling from these hiccups, but the show's magic kept it unforgettable. What's your take on what went wrong at Mania 41? Becky Lynch's daughter Roux hijacks WrestleMania press conference. Becky Lynch's epic return, teaming with Lyra Valkyria to snatch the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. But the real showstopper came at the post-show press conference when Lynch brought her daughter, Roux, who completely took over. The surprises kept coming as this pint-sized star lit up the room at Allegiant Stadium. While Lynch was answering questions, Roux stole the mic, charming everyone with her big personality. She nudged her mom to share a funny story about a skunk they spotted at their guest house. Lynch claimed the skunk didn't spray, but Roux set her straight, piping up, "It did on the big couch." Not done yet. Roux waved to the crowd, saying, "Hi everyone," twice, eager to win over the room with her adorable grin. "It did on the big couch." I want a different story. When a reporter asked Lynch about her time away from WWE with family, Roux wasn't having it, demanding, "I want a different story." Lynch, laughing, switched gears to praise her tag partner, Lyra Valkyria. The sweetest moment came when Roux was asked if she was proud of her mom. With a soft, "Yeah," she melted every heart in the room. Roux's antics gave fans a rare peek into Lynch's life as a mom, showing her playful, loving side. It proved the man shines just as bright outside the ring, and the WWE Universe loved every second of it. Becky Lynch speaks on Seth Rollins' heel turn with Paul Heyman. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins turned WrestleMania 41 upside down with their jaw-dropping moments, and now the man is opening up about her husband's wild actions. On WrestleMania Recap with Sam Roberts and Megan Morant, the new women's tag team champion spilled the tea on her return and Rollins' game-changing heel turn from night 1. Leading up to the event, all eyes were on Paul Heyman's loyalty to Roman Reigns and CM Punk, with Rollins' role in the main event triple threat match seeming like a side note. note, but the wise man flipped the script, siding with the visionary to help him pin Reigns and steal the show. Well, I was in town. You know, there was the Hall of Fame. I was supporting my main event husband, Seth freaking Rollins. Stole the Godden show yesterday, Lynch said. Lynch had been off WWE TV for months, last seen losing to Liv Morgan in a steel cage match on May 27, 2024 on Raw. Morgan bragged she'd retired the man, but Lynch roared back at WrestleMania 41 Night 2, stepping in as Lyra Valkyria's surprise partner against Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. With a manhandle slam, Lynch and Valkyria nabbed the women's tag team titles, proving she's far from done. Meanwhile, Rollins grabbed headlines on Night 1, becoming Heyman's new top guy after outsmarting Reigns and Punk with low blows and a chair shot. Both power couple champs will hit the Raw after Mania on April 21, 2025. Lynch is ready to rule the women's tag division with Valkyria, while Rollins, now backed by Heyman's cunning, might keep his war with Punk burning. The WWE Universe can't wait to see how this dynamic duo shakes things up next. What's your take on Lynch and Rollins dominating Mania? The Roast of WrestleMania was pure chaos, and you'll probably never see it. Right after WrestleMania, WWE unleashed its first ever Roast of WrestleMania at the Fontainebleau's Blow Live Theater in Las Vegas. And it was a wild, no-holds-barred mess that's likely locked away forever. Hosted by edgy comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, the 2-hour show was a storm of sharp jabs, sexual innuendos, raunchy jokes, and more F-bombs than a Jon Moxley promo, per an insider who witnessed the mayhem. Paul Heyman owned the night, stole the spotlight with a masterclass in mic work, shredding everyone with his razor-sharp wit. Triple H capped it off with a surprise drop-in, showing he can take a joke as well as he dishes out big matches. Sharp jabs, sexual innuendos, raunchy jokes, and more F-bombs than a Jon Moxley promo stole the spotlight with a masterclass in mic work. Even Linda McMahon was there, sitting in the crowd with a stone-faced glare through the wildest bits, radiating serious mom disapproval amid the madness. The lineup: R-Truth, The Miz, Braun Strowman, Nia Jax, Sami Zayn, and Pat McAfee threw punches at each other. The wrestling business, and even Vegas itself, living up to the city's "what happens here stays here" mantra. Bad news for fans: WWE has zero plans to air this NSFW roast, and given the over-the-top content, it's probably staying in the vault. Would you love to see this unfiltered chaos on TV, or is it better left buried? Bayley deserved better. Bayley was all set to team with Lyra Valkyria against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania 41, but a brutal backstage attack on Night 1 changed everything. WWE officials ruled the role model injured, forcing Lyra to find a new partner for Night 2. Becky Lynch stepped in as the surprise replacement, and together they toppled Morgan and Rodriguez to win the titles in Las Vegas. The swap left a sour taste for many, who felt Bayley got a raw deal. The 35-year-old has been a workhorse, hitting the road every week, wrestling at house shows, and boosting up-and-comers like Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria, only to be yanked from the big stage. We had nothing to do with it. How many times do I have to say we had nothing to do with it? It's so crazy that we get blamed for all the wrong things in the women's division when it's ironic because we are the best thing to happen to this women's division, she said. This isn't the first time Bayley's been sidelined. Earlier in 2025, her feud with NXT's Roxanne Perez fizzled out without a proper ending. Some believe WWE's been booking her this way on purpose, maybe to fuel sympathy and turn her into a red-hot babyface soon. Nothing's confirmed, but the vibe is clear. Bayley deserved better than being written off Mania. In a backstage chat with Kathy Kelly, Liv Morgan shot down rumors she was behind the attack, insisting she and Rodriguez are always blamed for the division's drama, despite being its biggest stars. And don't worry, guys, Bayley will be just fine. True professor. Cannot say enough good things about her. True pro, said Triple H. At the post-WrestleMania press conference, Triple H addressed Bayley's situation, assuring everyone she'd bounce back and praising her as a total pro. The WWE Universe is still upset, wondering who attacked Bayley and what's next for the role model. Will she get her moment, or is this part of a bigger plan? The WWE left out their champion from WrestleMania. Chelsea Green, the first ever Women's United States champion, was shockingly left off the WrestleMania 41 card, despite her standout role on SmackDown. Leading the Green regime with Piper Niven and Alba Fyre, Green has been a fan favorite, but WWE didn't book her for the show of shows. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo, reviewing WrestleMania with Dr. Chris Featherstone, was floored by the decision, expecting at least a segment for the outspoken star. I thought without a shadow of a doubt, they were somehow someway gonna work it in. Chelsea Green is not on either one of these two shows. Are you freaking kidding me? Like seriously, are you ribbing me? I didn't say anything because I thought she's gonna come out. She's gonna throw a hissy fit? They're gonna do something. Nothing. Green's absence stung even more after her recent SmackDown loss to Zelina Vega on April 11th, 2025, in a non-title match. Furious over the count-out defeat, Green ranted about being disrespected and even threatened legal action against SmackDown GM Nick Aldis, per a post-match digital exclusive. Yet despite her momentum and pitches for a Mania role, like hosting or an open challenge against stars like Nikki Bella or Alexa Bliss, WWE left her out, as confirmed by Fightful Select reports from April 15th, 2025. The WWE Universe is abuzz, wondering if Green will channel this snub into a fiery storyline with Aldis on SmackDown to demand her spotlight. What's next for the hot mess? Randy Orton turns heel? Randy Orton threw down an open challenge, answered by TNA World Champion Joe Hendry. The Viper came out on top, but his actions after the match have everyone talking about a possible heel turn. With Kevin Owens sidelined by a neck injury, announced on the April 4th SmackDown, Orton was left without a Mania opponent. The day before the event, he dared anyone with wrestling boots to step up on SmackDown, and Hendry answered with a bang at Allegiant Stadium. The two put on a thrilling, fast-paced fight, with Hendry holding his own. When the dust settled, Orton's RKO sealed the win. In a show of respect, he raised Hendry's hand to the roaring crowd, but then blindsided him with a second RKO, leaving Jaws on the floor. That wasn't all. Orton had also dropped SmackDown GM Nick Aldis with an RKO on April 18th, after Aldis warned he might miss Mania due to the lack of an opponent. Prior to this, the Viper had also landed an RKO on WWE SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis when he told him that he wouldn't make it to WrestleMania 41. But does this mean Orton's going heel? Not so fast. The Viper's known for hitting RKOs out of nowhere. It's his thing. After nailing Hendry, he cracked a smile, playfully mimicked Hendry's signature entrance pose, and soaked in the crowd's cheers. These cheeky moves suggest he was just having fun, not flipping to the dark side. For now, Orton's staying his unpredictable self, but the WWE Universe is watching closely. Is a heel turn brewing, or is the apex predator just keeping everyone guessing? Dominik Mysterio's title win at WrestleMania questionable, winning the Intercontinental Championship in a wild fatal four-way match against Braun Breaker, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Finn Balor. The chaotic bout saw all four stars unleash their best, but Dirty Dom sealed the deal by pinning his Judgment Day teammate Balor, sparking major drama. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo, breaking down Night 2 with Dr. Chris Featherstone, questioned WWE's call to put the title on Dominik, arguing it wasn't needed for the brewing feud with Balor. Here's my problem with this. You didn't need to put the belt on Dominik. Now Dominik is going to be in a feud with Finn Balor, and the belt is involved in that. Bro, the feud with Finn Balor is enough. They should have kept the belt on Braun Breaker to establish Braun. It's on Dominik, and now he's going to be in a feud with Finn. They don't need the title there, bro. The title should have stayed with Braun Breaker. Russo felt WWE missed a chance to keep the belt on Breaker, who could have grown as a dominant champ, while Dominik and Balor's personal bad blood was already enough to carry their story. For weeks, cracks have shown in the Judgment Day, with Dominik and Balor clashing over leadership and loyalty, like during a tense Raw promo on March 24th, 2025, where Balor called Dom family, but hinted at jealousy. Dominik's sneaky pin at Mania lights a fuse for their rivalry, setting up a heated showdown. The WWE Universe is split. Did Dominik's win steal Breaker's thunder, or is this the perfect spark for Judgment Day drama? Stone Cold Steve Austin hurts a fan at WrestleMania 41. Stone Cold Steve Austin rolled into Allegiant Stadium for a surprise appearance, but his iconic entrance took a scary turn. Fresh off the Hall of Fame ceremony on April 18th, where his legendary WrestleMania 13 match with Bret Hart was honored as a Class of 2025 immortal moment, Austin was there to hype the crowd. Following the women's tag team title match, where Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria dethroned Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the sound of shattering glass sent the 63,226 fans into a frenzy as Austin roared in on his signature ATV. He came out with his ATV, which he has done plenty of times before. However, as he was circling the ring, he accidentally crashed into the barricade in front of him, and a woman who was behind the barricade fell backwards. While circling the ring, Austin misjudged a turn and slammed his four-wheeler into the ringside barricade, causing a female fan in the front row to fall backward. The impact didn't involve direct contact, but the jolt knocked her off balance, as seen in viral clips shared on X. After climbing into the ring, Austin powered through, announcing the night's attendance of 63,226 and a two-day total of 124,693, then chugged beers to what chance? Once done, he checked on the fan, joined by WWE President Nick Khan, who rushed over during a commercial break. No paramedics were needed, and the fan appeared unharmed, though posts on X noted she was visibly upset. Austin left his ATV at ringside and walked to the back, wrapping up his first Mania appearance since 2020. 2022. The WWE Universe is torn. Some call it a chaotic moment that fits Stone Cold's wild vibe, while others worry about fan safety. What's your take on Austin's entrance gone wrong?